They've gotten so creative now. They have cards where they meet these young ladies at gas stations. They pull up in G-Wagons with all the jewelry on and all the flash. So as a young lady thinks she's about to get a come up, he's handing her a card with chemicals on it. She starts to feel nausea.
Langford Cunningham. And boy, the text line is going crazy. People just love him. What a great message.
Love a straight talker.
Yes.
St. Louis man says he had to lose his sight in order to find his vision.
See, today we forgot about the message. We have to get back to a message.
And it's the commercialization and exploitation of our culture that continues this vicious cycle of death, darkness, and destruction.
Got a lot of the females rapping today, okay? They twerking, they're doing prostitution on records, leading little girls into the strip clubs. That leads into human trafficking. They don't promote Taylor Swift like that.
Right.
But our black women gotta get prostituted in the industry. Because these kids are listening to the music too. A lot of this music, especially in the hip hop culture, these kids are rapping about their pain. They're rapping about the drugs they are taking. We have really lost our values in some things that we used to have values for. But America needs to pay attention to this epidemic suicide. It's a lot of kids in a lot of different communities, black, white, it doesn't matter. We have to start investing in our community. Elon Musk made a comment that hands up, don't shoot, it was a hoax. How you feel about that, Mike Brown Sr.?
Those words wouldn't have never been said if that wouldn't have never happened to Mike Brown Jr. So what you saying, what happened to Mike Brown Jr. was fake? Hey, people be playing with the wrong folks, man.
They left the responsibility onto you to search for your daughter. You didn't get no assistance from the police department. You didn't get no assistance from the political officials.
No, I did not.
Let's elaborate more on this service station.
A human trafficking ring that was going on at that mobile. They arrested the guy, and as soon as he got out, the station was back open once again.
It's the Blind City Podcast Takeover, you know.
You know who's the most dangerous man in the world is?
Who?
A blind man with vision. Thank you. Read dirt cheap. BlindCityPodcast.com, ABC 30, Late Night Hype. You know what I'm talking about? 12:30 Sunday nights. Consciousness over ratchetness. We talk what's real in these streets and how can we invest in our community. And I have two people that just pulled up to the city, and investing in their community is what they're doing. I'm so excited to have my friend Shanetta has an organization called Divine Daughters, what she's doing with young black women in our community. And we're gonna get into that a little bit more. Shanetta, how you doing?
I am blessed. Glad to be here.
Thank you for pulling up to the city. And I've been hearing a lot about this guy. It's a privilege for me to finally meet him. They call him Mr. Cash and Clout. Let me say that again to the people. They call him Mr. Cash and Clout. When I shook his hand, I smelled the cash. I sure did. Oh, man. Ricky Whittington, how you doing?
I am doing absolutely wonderful, young man. Absolutely wonderful, sir.
Thank you for pulling up to the city.
Hey, no problem at all. No problem at all. I am blessed to be here.
Oh, man. Well, let's get right to it, man. You and Shanetta, and we're going to speak with the other lady as well that you brought with her. What's her name? Some other people you brought?
Mrs. Ada Taylor.
Miss Taylor.
But I do not want to forget about Kelly Hoskins also.
Okay. From the news, Channel 2, right?
Yeah, Channel 2 News.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
She's a part of our mission, which is coming up, which is called Black Girls That Rock, which is December the 10th at Lindenwood University.
Wait a minute, Mr. Cash and Clout. Where you having this?
Lindenwood University.
Wait a minute. Said one more time, Mr. Cash and Clout.
Lindenwood University in the Lindenwood Theater.
That's what I'm talking about.
A $38 million facility.
Say it again.
A $38 million facility.
Mr. Cash and Clout then did it again.
I apologize.
That's what I'm talking about. See, let me talk to the people with these ghetto award shows. You have to upgrade. The chase is cool, but that's where they used to wrestle at. This man First, it was gonna be at the wait a minute, at the Benz dealership,
Plaza Motors.
Motors, and that was significant in itself.
Yes,
now
sir.
you're moving it where?
To Lindenwood Theater, $38 million facility, St. Charles, Missouri. Seats over 1,100 people. An evening of elegance for our beautiful black women. We are honoring 128 women in the St. Louis area, women from all different walks of life. This is a mission from God.
Amen.
I am a servant leader for God.
Amen.
And these two ladies came to me with an ideal.
You damn near sound like Moses, too.
And I believed in their vision, and I sold into their vision. And I want these women to walk into the event December the 10th and said, oh, my God, all of this for me. There's a lot of beautiful mothers and sisters and aunties and family members out there that have been looked over, and they have been shunned for years because the people with the titles, they always get the accolades. But what about the lady that works at the elementary school that's a custodian?
That's right.
A lady that works in the lunchroom that cooks your kids' lunch every day, a school teacher, a police officer, a receptionist just at a dealership. I mean, those ladies are the people that we see when we walk into places of business, and they need to be honored also.
Amen.
So we love on everybody. God is love, and God comes with open arms, and he doesn't see color. He doesn't see PhDs or GEDs or any of that stuff.
Or no perks.
No perks. That's right.
We don't give awards to people because they paid $1,000 for the table.
You're absolutely right, sir.
That's what I'm talking about.
We'll give awards to people because their hearts are right.
No perks, just hard work and dedication in the community.
That's right.
That's what Jesus did.
That's right.
On a mule.
That's right.
That's why he had the 12 disciples. See, that's why I tell people, Mr. Whittington, see, some of the churches are making a mistake telling people to worship Jesus. No, the goal is to be like Jesus.
That's right.
That's right.
Shanetta, how did you meet Mr. Cash and Clout? How did y'all even get together? This man seems like it's a blessing.
We were two girls with a plan, and he was just a man.
How did you even become part of this, though?
Kelly had a relationship with Mr. Whittington. She told me, I need you to go meet my friend, and that's what we did. And we gave him our song and dance, and, he said my mother was a black woman.
Wow.
My grandmother was a black woman. We about to love on these women. It was like even hearing him, the passion in his voice when he speaks about it, the tears that well up when he thinks about the loving on these women. It's just authentic. The whole situation is a heart thing. And one thing about this is not just an award show. This is a mission that requires movement. For the ladies that are watching or, they feel like they were counted out, that's not it. Some of you'll be watching in the audience, but that may be you on the stage, because we're just watching. These are women, a lot of the women that we chose, we didn't even know them. We just watched how they moved, and they were overcomers. And as he said, from the janitor to the receptionist to the teen mom, it's just a blessing that these women are being sought out and being validated through this award.
And not even that. That goes along with what you've been putting into work with these young girls in the community as well.
Yes.
It all came together like Legos.
Yes.
Mr. Whittington, I've been a big advocate for the community. I lost my sight 4 years ago. I don't know if you did your research on me or knew anything about me.
Yes, sir.
I tried committing suicide 3 times.
Yes, sir.
God didn't let that happen. I'm very familiar with God.
Yes,
and
sir.
also familiar when God gives you an opportunity, you better get through that door.
Yes, sir.
We had a young lady today. I don't know if she tried to commit suicide, but she left a suicide note on Facebook. We are dealing this with young girls in our community and also black boys. Suicide rate among young black boys and black girls is up to 80%. We also have over 200-something black girls missing out of Berkeley, Missouri, that I'm a true advocate for. We're missing a mother and daughter right now out of Berkeley, Missouri. You can Google that information and get the names of the mother and daughter. I think this will be a great platform for what you're doing to also address some of these issues, because some people don't even know about this. It's going right in their backyard that these many girls are missing and these many young people are committing suicide in our community. How do you feel about that when I say that?
Well, it's sad, but it's something that I've been talking about for the last 15 years. I have been involved with helping solve some of those issues in our communities. Some of our local stores and gas stations that we patronize are some of the same people that are trafficking our children.
That's right.
Some of these gas stations and convenient food markets that pop up in our communities that never give back to our communities, but we continue to go into their stores every day and patronize them, are some of the same people that are trafficking your children. They get familiar with your kids and they get to know them and they come to their stores and you let them go to their stores by themselves because you trust them. Not to know that your kid is being targeted for sex trafficking one day. And it is something that we really need to pay attention to because it's just not in St. Louis, but it's the new dope game.
Oh yeah,
it's a $1 billion operation, and
all over the internet too.
It's all over the internet, and they go to these local universities like colleges around in our St. Louis city areas. St. Louis U, WashU, Harris-Stowe State University, and they patronize and they watch these young women as they come in and out of school and go to classes and different things like that. And they've gotten so creative now. They have carts where they meet these young ladies at gas stations. They pull up in G-Wagons with all the jewelry on and all the flash. So as a young lady thinks she's about to get a come up, he's handing her a card with chemicals on it, and she's getting in her card that she takes that business card or that card and she starts to feel nausea.
Oh,
and
wow.
She's pulling over in her car, not to know that a van is pulling up beside her to be snatched out of that vehicle. They have women in Walmart and other stores that are spraying perfume on young ladies, asking them, let me try this perfume. I want you to try this perfume, which is another knockout syndrome that makes you nausea. So when you get out to your car, basically you're sick or passing out to wake up to be in a van, being transported into an area that you'll never be seen before.
So now human trafficking and got real advanced now. Now they're
yeah.
using chemical warfare
Exactly.
to get these women.
That is very true.
With the empowerment of our African-American women, and I think it's a great thing you're doing. I like the women empowerment. I like the feminism, but I don't like all of it. This ratchetness that is going on in our community with the younger generation. And I know they're young. We made mistakes when I was young, okay? We grow, we evolve, and I understand that. But we have the radio playing this mess. We got a lot of young women getting misled to the strip clubs because their favorite rapper is a stripper, and they think they can do what she just did. And that's not the case all the time. The messages in their music, making them have sex more, they have their breasts and booty out more. They're not leaving nothing to the mystery no more. Everything's right out in front. Shanetta, how do you deal with that when you're trying to raise young women to be classy with divine daughters?
Well, it's all about modeling. Kids can only be what they see, and they have to be exposed to something different. But we have to realize a lot of times when we were growing up, we couldn't talk about what we're talking about now. We couldn't talk about how we felt or what we were going through. So with that being said, a lot of their mothers are trying to be friends with them instead of changing their mindsets to model something different. So in modeling it, I make sure that I'm fine and fully covered at all times. Because if I can't tell you to be something that I'm not being before you.
Absolutely.
So even in your work and your deed, the way you look, you have to dress how you want to be addressed. Because a lot of times, a lot of women, words have power. And a lot of women think that the word sexy is a compliment. For me, that is a disgrace because the root word of sexy is sex. So when you call me sexy, that means to me that you're undressing me with your eyes. So, we have to make sure that we're modeling it and also educating. Instead of judging our girls, we have to hold them accountable, but we have to meet them where they are, and they have to begin to trust us before we can start to expect something different from them. We have to build trust with them, meet them where they are, model, and let them know that nothing that doesn't challenge you won't change you.
Mr. Clash and Clout, what I'm trying to do with my movement, classiness over ratchetness, I want to highlight the kids that's doing it right in our community, okay? We very seldom don't highlight the kids that's on honor rolls, the kids that's working a 9 to 5, they're paying their dues, they're not getting in trouble, they're not the thugs, they're not the strippers. We give too much glorification to the wrong things in our community. We have to start changing the narrative, and you're doing that with Black Girls Rock, but we even have to take it to an even higher level with our children, because we have a lot of children that go wrong just off the fact because they think being right isn't right. All they friends getting in trouble, and all the girls in school, they date the thugs. They don't date the nerd. Even when I went to school, they like the athletes and the thugs. They don't date the nerds. How do we change that narrative?
It starts with me. I had to change me in order to change the perspective of what I wanted the young men that I mentor to look like. I had 13 kids that graduated from college this year. I want to give a shout out to Nellie. Me and Nellie started a scholarship program through Lindenwood University almost 17 years ago. We have graduated over 355 kids from Lindenwood University through a program that was connected with the Black and White Ball. The Black and White Ball is coming up December the 3rd at at the Four Seasons.
Okay, yeah, change that.
Yeah, and we also have partnered Harris-Stowe State University with the Black and White Ball. So we moving until next year, we are going to be sending 5 kids, full ride, room and board, books included, to Harris-Stowe State University, full ride. So, and also in about 2 weeks, we have a turkey drive coming up. We are giving away 2,000 turkeys along with macaroni and cheese, stovetop stuffing, corn, green beans, bread, and water. So anybody that's looking for a free turkey, butterball, we give away the best. And we're going to be serving St. Louis City and also St. Louis County in about 2 weeks. I will give out that location on Facebook and on Instagram.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, and I'm glad you brought that up. A lot of people didn't know that you sent that many kids to scholarship to school.
Not just me, but it was a partnership with me and Nellie.
Right, with Nellie, right.
Yes, I want to give honor where honor is due.
Right, and that needs to be brought attention to people because you got some people thinking Nellie hadn't done nothing. You
Nellie
hear that?
Nellie does a lot. I feed the homeless every 90 days, and we cook for 20 hours. And this is our 19th year that we go down there, and we love on the ones that have been left behind, the one that has fell on hard times, and our veterans and people that's dealing with mental illness. Because they're going through something, we want to lift their self-esteem. We want to give them spoiled sandwiches or things that we don't want. So we cook hot meals for them, 1,400 bottles of water, and I just ordered 300 military sleeping bags and tents that I'll take down there for the wintertime so people will be warm as they're going through some trials and tribulations in their life. Because they're going through something, it doesn't mean that you have to be mean to them or shun them. We want to love on them and uplift their spirits. And we also have relationships with companies, restaurants, and warehouses that hire homeless people and to get them off the street. So we employ them also. We just don't feed them, but we give them resources.
Are you a pastor?
I am not, sir.
Well, you should be, because you're doing more work than the pastors we got in the hood. We be right back, blindcitypodcast.com. So you telling me all the chicken shops in the hood, all the chop suey shops in the hood, all the burgers, boy, the baby mamas, man, they feed their kid nuggets, french fries. You telling me they are putting poison in their mouth?
I'm telling you, it's a weapon of mass destruction. It is the satanic American diet. It is a eating style designed by Satan himself to kill off our people, to destroy us mentally. These frankenfoods perpetuate crime. It strips away our ability to control our emotions. It's fueling anxiety, depression.
So you telling me the junk food, the liquor stores, not eating healthy may be the cause of the violence in our community?
It's a big part of it.
If you found this content helpful, please share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Blind City, the podcast. You can find us on all social media platforms.
BlindCityThePodcast.com. We got a great event coming up, Black Girls Rock Awards at Lindenwood Theater Auditorium. And I think that's December the 10th.
Yes, sir.
I also have a lady right here, two beautiful ladies just pulled up to the city as well, and they're part of this event. I have Miss Teller. Thank you for pulling up to the city.
Thank you.
And this young lady right here.
Yes, sir.
Miss Teller, what is your contribution to Black Girls Rock?
Well, we do a lot of things. One of the things that I want to bring to light is the fact that we're working with the young people in the community to get them into the medical field through CNA work. We're going to give them a free ride, tuitions paid, transportation, meals served, supplies, uniforms, everything that they need to become successful. Plus, at the end of the program, it's an $1,800 stipend for them to get started at their first job, get into a nice car, do all the things that a community nurse needs to have going for them. And I think that it's going to be a very successful program. We're just looking for a company to partner with as far as our training, our CNAs, and our young people.
Okay, so are you coming in as a sponsor for Black Girls Rock, or are you just a supporter of it?
I'm a sponsor for Black Girls Rock.
Sponsor,
Yes,
okay.
Yes, sir.
And you're also doing major work with young women in nursing as well,
yes.
right?
Mm-hmm. We do a lot of things. We work with the Millionaires Club with the young people, St. Louis Metro Millionaires Club, the Joshua Generation. We work with young people, getting them ready to go into a multi-million-dollar careers. I just talked to one of the young ladies that I helped to mentor, took her overseas. She got a lot of followers for her designing company, and now she's on her way to Hawaii to make $500 shirts for, beautiful shirts for those gentlemen over there. $500 per
shirt. Wow.
So pretty soon, she's talking multi-million-dollar status.
And you have this
That's
young
what we
lady,
want.
right? You have this young lady sitting next to you too. I can't wait. She just received the award. I think Kristen, you just got an award, right?
I did just get an award for the emerging leaders of NCNW.
What? Tell me. Okay, what does the award represent?
Yeah.
Well, for me, it represents me first getting internal healing, mentorship from Miss Shernetta. I call her Miss B. Getting that from Miss B first, then her allowing me to go in rooms with her so I could be honored and I can learn from different people, different walks of life, because I come from a two-parent household and I was very, very sheltered. So I didn't get to witness how humbling the community can be and how helpful they can be. And Miss B was the first person to show me that.
Now, when you say you were sheltered, what you mean by that? Because some people think in the community, coming from a two-parent home,
right,
the success rate is higher.
It's not. I think the stress level is higher because when you think about it, you have two parents that come from brokenness. So you're viewing both sides of their brokenness and they're trying to mend it together. And then you create me, a product of brokenness. However, sometimes when you're in a two-parent household, a lot of things aren't result-driven because they're more so worried about staying together rather than fixing the problem. So when I came and met Miss B, when I came to Harris Stowe, I didn't know what I was doing. I was 18. I was just confused because my mom, she really coddled me because she wanted to protect me. And so when I got into the real world, I didn't realize like what all it took. And it was like, okay, you have to have courageous conversations with people. You have to speak up, advocate for yourself. I didn't have that in me until I met Miss B. And Miss B was like, if you want to roll with the big dogs, you got to get off the porch. Like, and she taught me how to actually have effective communication, how to be a friend, how to be a woman. Because I wasn't taught that, because in society, everybody felt like I was okay because I had 2 parents in the home. And that wasn't the case. I deal with anxiety, depression. I deal with a whole bunch of overthinking when a lot of the things can be result driven, but I wasn't brought up that way.
And this is what Divine Daughters and you, Miss Taylor, and Mr. Clash and Clout, Ricky Whittington, is doing in our community, helping these women.
Yeah.
And this is what this podcast is about, highlighting the people that are doing right in the community. Because we got so many people doing wrong, and they glamorize the thugs, the strippers, the villains, the ratchetness, all this all day on TV, the reality shows. But our reality is helping and building these young people so they can come back and empower the community. Would you agree, Ms. Taylor?
That's what I agree. Most certainly. Yeah, I want you to know that once you do graduate from Deer Valley Medical Training in Missouri, that there are many job openings starting at no less than $20 to $22 per hour. Okay, so we do need you to come in and sign up. 8600 Airport Road, room 104.
Now, do they need to have a high school diploma? GED?
Just a GED.
Just a GED?
Just a GED. Yes, that'll
okay, ladies, young ladies, listen, there's opportunity. You just can't spend your whole life stripping. That body don't last forever. Ain't that right, Miss Taylor?
Right.
Age goes up. It don't go backwards. Ain't that right, Miss Taylor?
That's right.
They ain't gonna have that body forever. Tell them, Miss Taylor.
No, that's right. It ain't no coming back. You know, you're only young once.
That's right.
That's it. So
that's right. And one thing they can't take away from you when you leave her
that's right.
is your education.
There you go.
Or your trade.
There you go.
That's right.
Can't take it away.
Christian, anything you want to say to the people out there? To the younger women out there that's trying to find themselves, they're seeking to get out of a situation they really don't know how, if they caught in a stripper life, or they coming from a 2-parent home like you, and they're struggling, what would you say to them?
I think one thing I would leave them with is what Miss Shanetta always told me when I first met her. Stop practicing perfection and manage the mistake. And then
what? Say that again.
Stop practicing perfection and manage the mistake.
Right, manage mistakes.
And I really want to leave them with building on their internal rather than their external.
Say that again.
Building on their internal rather than their external. Because if you're externally fixed and internally broken, you're at a deficit. Ms. B says that all the time.
That's why I tell them when I'm blind. When I meet women now, I tell them, hey, babe, I can't lust after you. I can't see you.
Yeah.
So if you gonna motivate me, I have to fall in love with you from the inside out, not the outside in.
Right.
BlindCityPodcast.com.
If you found this content helpful, please share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Blind City, the podcast.